cryptocurrency? Yes! Tama kayo na nakikita at naririnig. I am here in Boracay. Balita ko kasi, marami dito mga establishment ang tumatanggap ng Bitcoin as payments. And, would you believe, kahit ang nagbebenta ng buko ay pwedeng bayaran ng Bitcoin. Bongga, di ba? Anyway, we're here to also attend the first ever Bitcoin conference in the Philippines. Gagawin ito sa Henan Regency here sa Bora. So, ano pa nga ba? Just stay tuned and watch our adventure here sa Bora with the first ever Bitcoin Boracay Retreat. Tara na! Pa rin ang cryptocurrency at nandito pa rin kami sa world-renowned island resort of Boracay, which will soon be known as Bitcoin Island. And with me is the founder and CEO of Pouch.ph, Mr. Ethan Rose.
Hello, magandang umaga.
Oh, you speak Tagalog now?
Oh, konti lang.
Okay, that is nice. So, before we talk about how Bitcoin came to Bora, how and why did you start Pouch.ph?
Yeah, so I was a software developer in Seattle before, and 7 years ago I met my wife in the Philippines. I mean, online.
Okay.
But we got married here, and I moved. Well, kind of like bounced back and forth between the Philippines and Seattle, and but I always had a hard time. Like, I always sent money home to family in the Philippines, so. It was a personal problem sending money through Western Union or like kind of the traditional methods, and I found like Bitcoin to be a much easier and more affordable way to send money back to the Philippines. So started like used my kind of background in software engineering and started building the first Lightning wallet for the Philippines that allows instant Bitcoin transfers here.
Oh.
I built it for myself basically, but also want to share it with the Philippines, right?
That's good to hear. But when did you first hear about Bitcoin? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm sure I heard about it many times over the past 10 years and just like dismissed it as a scam. I was like, nah, it sounds too much like a Ponzi scheme. Just did not make the connection that it's actually, there are problems with our current monetary system in the world. In the US and in the entire world, the fiat system is like unsustainable. So it wasn't until COVID, when governments locked down entire countries, like people lost their jobs and they tried replacing people's jobs with money printing.
Yes.
That it connected with me. Fiat system is truly basically the Ponzi scheme, and Bitcoin is really sound money. So that's when I basically like went all in on Bitcoin.
What are some advantages of using Bitcoin as payment that you can see compared to traditional payment method?
The most important advantage, I think, is that it's globally connected. So like here in the Philippines and in Boracay, actually we chose Boracay specifically because there's so many foreigners, so many tourists coming here in one concentrated place. And it's hard to get Philippine pesos to pay everywhere. Like,
yes.
Not everywhere accepts credit cards. So Bitcoin, because it's globally connected, we don't charge anything. Our business is just a small exchange rate spread that we charge to the foreigners paying with the Bitcoin wallet.
Yeah.
And they're happy to do it because they would be paying so much more to go to a money changer anyway. So.
True. I'm using your wallet myself since I
Nice.
arrived
Thank you for
here
that.
in Boracay. And it's so easy to use, and I always recommend it now to all my friends. I really want Filipinos to be more financially literate, you know? Like, people should realize now and understand that like Bitcoin is the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Banks are not safe. For me, I'm actually American originally, so like, yeah, it's kind of fun watching the American banking system collapse before our eyes because, well, I mean, if I was totally, all my savings was in the US banking system, I'd be worried, but because it's Bitcoin, I'm not worried at all.
How easy it is for consumers to use Bitcoin as a payment method, and what steps are being taken to simplify the process?
Yeah, so actually a year ago when we started, or maybe 10 months ago or so, we started here in Boracay. We rolled out QR codes that were like web links. So people had to scan it with their phone first, open up in a browser, type in an amount. It's not the best experience. So developments in Lightning more recently, we're working with other wallets to improve the QR payment flow, and we have a better QR format that we just rolled out. Yeah. So yeah, it's slowly getting better, right? Or even quickly. So scan it, type the amount to pay, send, boom, done. Instant payment, final settlement, and businesses get exactly what they asked for.
But I also, aside from scan, they can pay via username, right?
Yeah, that's called Lightning addresses. So that one is also LNURL, this protocol. One of the specifications is Lightning addresses.
How do transaction fees and processing times, compare between the Bitcoin and the traditional payment method?
Oh yeah, it's already faster.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you try paying with Lightning, Visa, MasterCard might take 5 seconds to complete a transaction. You wait there, it has like a bunch of messages because it's doing a bunch of things, right, in the background. But because the Lightning network is actually effectively peer-to-peer, there's no middleman, whereas Visa has tons of banks in the middle, right? Lightning is literally one server talks to another server. It takes a second as opposed to 5 seconds.
And what types of businesses and industry are most likely to use, the Bitcoin wallet?
Businesses who serve foreigners more, which is again why we started in Boracay actually, because there's so many foreigners here, so it's a great proving ground. But also, I mean, any business that really has foreigners paying, and because Pouch is a Lightning wallet for Filipinos, we have actually Philippine peso balances. Even if you're not accepting payments from foreigners, you could use it more like Gcash even to accept payments from locals as well. So here at the conference we had Mary from Nigeria. She's half Filipina and half Nigerian, so she lives in Nigeria. And she has kind of found the Filipino community in Nigeria, and they found Bitcoin to be the best way to send money back to the Philippines. We just build support for Lightning in the Philippines. The company BitNav has built support for Lightning in Nigeria and West Africa, and they just work. We didn't need to have a partnership even.
That's so
It's open source, yeah. An open payment network is without a doubt going to win over closed networks like Visa, like Western Union, because they can't compete. There's infinite competition, basically.
Yes. Guys, I'm using Pouch.ph, and it's so easy to use. So, our show will be watched by OFWs also. Do you have any message for them, encourage them maybe to use your wallet to send money to their families here in the Philippines, like the features that you think they can use? Yeah,
you can, even if you're living in Dubai, wherever in the world, you can create a Pouch account and you can use it. You need to upload a photo ID to get full access to the features, but even you can use some of the features without even photo ID. The features that might be really interesting if you're from Dubai is or if you're an OFW, anywhere in the world, buy load to a Philippine phone number, pay bills, and game credits. These are the 3 features in the shop tab. Pay bills is really useful because via Western Union you can't just walk in and say I want to pay my relative's electric bill. Right? But if you have a wallet that can do that, then you can do it from anywhere in the world.
So basically, OFWs can actually use your wallet to pay their PLDT bills, their Meralco bills for their family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm really happy to feature you guys
Thank you.
in this
Thanks
show.
for coming, by the way. It's really great having you here.
I flew all the way from Dubai to here just to feature you. Our advocacy and Pinoy Web3 TV is to really, make more Filipinos financial literate and Bitcoin, Web3, and crypto literate as well, because we don't want them to fall in any scams that pretends, that you make money.
There are a lot of scams.
So this channel, this show, we will discuss a lot more in the space. And this is actually my 2nd episode for my cryptoKARENcy. And this is, and I'm so happy to have the wallet. I'm gonna help you to spread the word about your wallet.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be in the Philippines. Like I said, I'm American. Actually, on the inside, I'm Filipino.
Yes. Filipino
Ang
version.
kasing-kasing Pinoy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for educating the Filipino community on Bitcoin cryptocurrency.
To the moon! Ako ang inyong fan, fearless at masipag na tagapagatid ng latest information on the fascinating world of Web3.
Ang ingay ko. Sorry.
And we're back. Andito pa rin po tayo sa Bitcoin Retreat sa Boracay. And here with me is Mr. Roy Miklat. And siya po ay President ng First Cooperative Insurance of the Philippines. Tama po ba?
Yeah, it's one cooperative insurance system of the Philippines. It's a cooperative insurer owned by cooperatives. And services are also given to cooperative.
I actually po, nung I was looking at the event about this and I saw na maraming mga co-op na yung pupunta, I was really wondering, ano po yung parang the goal of co-op to be part of the Bitcoin ecosystem? Saan po papasok yung Bitcoin at yung co-op and the insurance?
Basically, though born 200 years apart,
Okay.
more than 200 years when the first cooperative was organized and crypto was launched in 2009, they are one and the same. The Bitcoin and the co-op advocates are almost one and the same. To have a fair and just economic and social system. So they go hand in hand. In the history of cooperatives, even in the Philippines, all over the world, they rely on the existing monetary system,
Yes.
the fiat, central banks, everything. So by depending on this monetary system, we are always subjected also to quote and unquote repression
Yes.
and
Inflation.
and abuse.
Yes.
So, as you all know, those who produce the food, they are the poorest, especially in the Philippines.
Yes.
Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, the the cooperative is always dependent on the present monetary system.
Yes.
Bitcoin is offering an alternative monetary system for cooperatives,
Okay.
in which it's transparent, because it's one of the values of cooperatives: transparency,
Transparency. Yes.
good governance,
Yes.
and it's permissive.
Yes.
Okay, so
And immutable.
immutable.
Yes.
So nobody can control.
True.
Everybody knows what's happening.
Yes. And no one can change
Yeah.
or alter. So
It
walang
can
red
be
tape.
tempered. Yeah, of course. That's what we have been practicing with cooperatives. Good governance, transparency, integrity, and honesty. Bitcoin has everything. So it fits with the cooperatives.
So are the cooperatives trying to invest in Bitcoin? I mean, gusto ko lang pong malaman kung ano yung parang the, how can I say, yung value proposition ng Bitcoin with cooperatives. Kasi if I'm not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, from what I understand, how cooperative makes money is way back, before the Bitcoin time, is that lending, right? Like
One.
it's like the traditional banking system, wherein we deposit and then the bank use it to invest, usually lending and investment in stocks or something. So, ngayon po ba, the co-ops are investing in Bitcoin, or will just use Bitcoin as a payment system?
Well, it will be you can look at it as young as the Bitcoin is, although the cooperatives are older, 200 years old.
Yes.
And Bitcoin is about 13 years old. Maybe at present the cooperatives may not be investing in Bitcoin yet,
Yes.
but using the systems that Bitcoin is operating, the Lightning Network, the blockchain technology, and everything. And as we go along, we will educate a lot of cooperatives on the value of Bitcoin as an investment for future generations.
Yes.
And at the same time to promote a just and fair monetary system, that their money is not devalued, is not debased. So if the cooperatives have understood how to operate in crisis and how to work in crisis, I think Bitcoin is much easier to understand.
Yes.
Financial literacy is one of the major programs that we give.
True.
And now crypto, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'll be retiring and somebody will take over.
Yes.
And if those somebody are the generation X, Y, Z, and who are techie, they know everything. So we just have to prepare the cooperatives now so they can be recruited to the cooperatives. So just imagine if this generation X, Y, Z we'll see that, that cooperative is involved in crypto, in Bitcoin.
Yes.
Oh, I'll be part of it. But if you shy away from this, your new members, which are the generation X, Y, Z, the millennials are fading away. Especially the baby boomers like us are fading away. So this will be the new leaders, new members, and who understands crypto.
Yeah.
Who understands Bitcoin. But if your cooperative is not into it, they won't come to you.
Yeah.
If you are not teched up, they won't come to you.
Yes.
It's my experience. I have 2 kids, Generation X. They're members of cooperative, but they don't go to the cooperative and they just ask me, please deposit my money physically because you are not online.
Yeah.
But they just have to be part of the cooperative because they know what the cooperative do.
Yeah.
But if we will tech them up, I think the young generations will be more involved in the cooperative.
So, do you have any message to, our channel has viewers from mostly OFWs abroad in the Middle East, and of course we have Filipino viewers here in the Philippines. So, do you have any message for them?
Yeah, my message is that 1, join cooperatives in your respective areas. Those cooperatives are equalizer. They provide opportunity for people like us. And then, do not speculate with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is for the next generation. It's for your grandchildren, the grandchildren of your grandchildren. If you have Bitcoin, keep it. If you want to buy Bitcoin, you buy Bitcoin because you will keep it and give it to your grandchildren as part of your generational wealth. Never be party to speculation.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I hope
Anytime.
you're enjoying this retreat.
Sure.
Like we do. Everyone is having a great time here in Bora, discovering the exciting possibilities of using Bitcoin through the efforts of Pouch.ph. And speaking of Bitcoin, kasama ko here sa Bora. At 40, he was appointed Solicitor General of the Philippines. As Solgen, he represented the country in the arbitration over the West Philippine Sea and the Philippines versus China. He now serves as the Dean of the College of Law at Suleiman University, where he teaches a course on money and state. The author of the book, Bitcoin, Florian Hilbay. Hello po, how are you?
Hi Karen.
How's the event?
It's my first Bitcoin event, and so I've never seen so many Bitcoiners in my life. I'm very happy seeing people na pareho yung vision about what's happening with the world.
Yes.
And we're very hopeful, confident, and optimistic about where it's going.
And ano po yung inspirasyon ninyo sa pagsulat ng librong ito?
When I studied Bitcoin, took a deep dive, lumalim talaga ako, and as soon as I realized how important Bitcoin is, how civilization altering it is, I said I need to be able to communicate to my kababayans, not just friends and family, what this thing is. Bitcoin and even all the other cryptocurrencies, meron silang hindi magandang reputation. It's only for trading, for scams, to the moon, etc. But without understanding the underlying technology, why it's rising in value in the first place, marami talagang may scam.
Nakikita mo ba na the Bitcoin technology will last yung pangmatagalan, or it's just like a hype at the moment, or like niche lang siya?
You know, for a very skeptical person, you know, what I did was tingnan yung iba-ibang aspeto ng industriya, and the deeper I got, the clearer I understood, like ano yung mining industry, ano yung mga node validation or foam nodes, ano yung ginagawa ng mga wallet providers. A lot of very intelligent young people are into this space. And naunahan nila yung mga venture capitalists na ngayon papasok pa lang din kasi they're starting to realize, go where the brains are, where the creative and passionate people are. And the more you realize that, the more nakikita mo yun, the more you get confident na, well, this thing is gonna last.
Yeah. When you were doing your research about Bitcoin, di ba? Parang, were you, kasi for me, when I first, dug deep into Bitcoin, doon talaga ako na-curious yung sa the Byzantine general problem.
Yes.
Which is, that's really...
The difficult problem to solve.
Yes, exactly. Like how to make sure na you get the right information across, di ba? Parang, okay, war on Friday, the war on Wednesday, yung gano'n.
That's right. No,
Yeah.
like for a lot of people kasi ang tingin nila, Bitcoin cryptocurrency. Nandyan lang yan sa computer, nandyan lang yan sa internet. They don't understand na it took a genius like Satoshi Nakamoto or several geniuses to solve a very difficult problem, which is how to come up with a consensus with distributed wheels or computers. Kaya nga, yung iba sabi, di ba, si Satoshi should be awarded the Turing Award in Mathematics and the Nobel Prize in Economics as well. Ang obligation lang ng mga nauna, katulad natin na nakakaintindi, so you need to try to educate everyone.
What do you think yung maling pananaw ng mga tao or like ng mga Filipinos when it comes sa Bitcoin?
Kikita agad.
Yeah.
You know, pag nilagay mo yung pera mo dyan, kikita agad. Which for me is the red flag. Kung may isang tao na lumapit sa'yo, sinabi na bigyan mo ako ng ganito or bumili ka ng ganito, kikita ka agad in a few months, few weeks, that should be a red flag. But dahil nga marami sa mga Pilipino yung nangangailangan, madaling tumawid doon sa mga scams.
Yes.
That's why, you know, it's a difficult job, but we need to do it, educating everybody that this is a new form of money.
Yes.
And yung pinaka-importanting feature nito is hindi yung dumadami yung pera mo kasi wala namang gano'n, kundi yung pera mo protektado dahil walang inflation. Diba?
Yes.
Walang government that can raise interest rates or print the money. That's why you become a sovereign individual, katulad yung sabi ng mga Bitcoiners, because your money is protected by energy.
Yes.
Because of the solution to the Byzantine general's problem.
True. So I believe yung sa book po ninyo, you discuss not to make money, but rather you discuss what is money.
Yes.
Saan nang galing yung pera, ano nga bang pera, di ba? Hindi yung paano, how to get rich.
No, not at all, no?
Yeah.
I think it's crucial for people, for this generation in particular, na habang bumabagsak yung mga bangko, ang inflation ang pakataas, to understand what really is money. Once they understand what money is, they will know what to do.
In the past few months, weeks, yung mga banks nagko-collapse, exchanges nagko-collapse, and we are suffering. Like, ano bang pakialam natin sa bangko sa ibang bansa?
Yeah.
Right? Yung parang, pag umubos sila, parang
Exactly.
tayo dito sinisipon. Diba?
Yes. And, that's a very good point, Karen, kasi it tells you how interconnected the fiat system is.
Yes.
Kaya kung may problema yung fiat system, it's a deeply problematic system dahil sa money printing and manipulated interest rates.
Yes.
Diba? Kung ano mangyari sa Estados Unidos or sa Europe, magkakaroon ng tidal wave effect. Tatamaan tayo. But Bitcoin prevents anyone from inflating the money supply. You can have your money. Nobody can touch it. It's 12 words in your
Yes.
head. Diba? You have
Others,
that
they have
kind of...
24.
Yes. Yeah, 12 or 24. You can sit back, relax, and alam mo na walang kamay na kukuha doon sa pera mo, babawasan yung value ng pera mo with inflation. And that is a very comforting idea in a
Yes.
very fragile world. We are in the middle of a transition
Yes.
from the fiat world to the Bitcoin world. And in the Bitcoin world, yung show me your bank account
Yes.
before we let you in will become simply nonsense.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi everyone will have a digital money that's globally available. So we're still in the middle of this
Yes.
transition. But it's going to happen because para lang yan with email today, di ba?
Yes.
In a Bitcoin world, you have a permissionless way to transfer value all over the world.
Yeah.
The Bitcoin network as a technology, as a protocol, I think is already quite stable. It's going to improve over the coming years. But that's basically it, the monetary guarantee of 21 millions, the decentralization, etc. But every monetary system to become successful requires a human layer.
Yes.
People using Bitcoin for whatever it is that they need. It becomes a medium of exchange when people stop asking paano ba mag-convert from Bitcoin to fiat, what is Bitcoin. When they go to a coffee shop and say, I want some coffee, do you accept Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And in due time, that question will not even be asked.
What was the most interesting na discover mo while doing your research about writing this book?
Yeah, for me, the deepest form of realization while writing the book was the use of Bitcoin. What's it about? It's a fair and honest monetary system. It's for everyone. In fact, in a Bitcoin world, kahit yung walang Bitcoin will be benefited ng isang mundo na walang inflation. Because so many bad things happen to the economy under a fiat standard.
Yeah.
Under a Bitcoin standard, you have stable markets, right? Markets that are not manipulated. People are able to store their energy, the value of their work in sound money. You cannot calculate, the positive effect of that, or what economists call the positive externalities. The population themselves, Filipinos themselves, will start adopting Bitcoin. And that's power to the people. That's more interesting than a law for me. Because, a population is empowered, right? Will be able to control their government.
Yeah. So now is the time for you to tell our viewers about your book and kung saan nila ito mabibili sa ngayon.
We've set up a website, florin.philby.net. There you can order the Bitcoin book that I just published.
And would you mind
Of course not. Of
my
course.
autograph? Thank you so
Thank you, Karen.
much. It's really nice to see you here.
Nice to see
and
you.
meet you actually talaga. florinphilby.net to get the Bitcoin book. Bitcoin is definitely taking over Bora. Kaya naman, ang cryptocurrency team ay susubukang mag-ikot dito sa Bora to see if they can pay using Bitcoin. Madali lang malaman kung aling mga shops dito sa Bora ang tumatanggap ng Bitcoin. Hanapin lang ang sticker na nagsasabing Bitcoin accepted here. Sinubukan namin bumili ng drinks dito sa steampunk. Success ang unang try. Next, susubukan naman ng cryptocurrency team kung may salon na mag-a-accept ng Bitcoin. So, naghanap kami. And while here in Bora, talagang lalakad kayo ng lalakad. Kaya naman, mabilis kayong magugutom. So the cryptocurrency team took a break and went to order some sandwich and pay with, of course, Bitcoin. So nakakapagod talagang maglakad around Bora. Kaya naman, humanap din kami ng tricycle na nag-a-accept ng Bitcoin. How convenient, di ba? And to end our hunt for Bitcoin accepting shops, pumunta kami sa isang spa kung saan you can pay using Bitcoin. Talagang napatunayan namin na sumisikat na ang Bitcoin dito sa Boracay. Marami na talagang mga shops dito na tumatanggap ng Bitcoin. From booking your plane tickets, island tours, your parasailing, and of course, even buying your coffee, you can pay with Bitcoin. Talagang napapadali at relaxing ang inyong Bora experience by using Bitcoin. After the pandemic, Boracay is starting to be reborn. Hindi lang bilang isang tourist destination, but also isang Bitcoin destination, which will definitely bring in more tourists. Talagang hindi na nga mapipigilan ang paggamit natin ng Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies in the very near future. Kaya join na kayo dito sa amin para updated kayo sa what's hot sa ating crypto world. Join us again next time and keep it here only on cryptoKARENcy.